I'm Wayne Green, editorial pages editor of the Tulsa World, and I'm talking with Dr. Jeffrey Alderman, who is an associate professor of community medicine at the TU Oxley College of Medicine and associate dean of medical education for the University of Tulsa. We've been talking about the Biden administration's decision to elevate science to a higher level of policymaking. Dr. Alderman, as a expert both in medicine and policy, why do you see that as important?
Well, first, thank you, Wayne, for inviting me here. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you today. Well, I think that, number one, I think that the administration is really thinking about ways to reassure the public about what's taking place with regard to the COVID pandemic, as well as other issues that touch on science. And what they're trying to demonstrate is the fact that truth is important, and the way that we derive truth is through scientific study and rigor. And what I hope the Biden administration will do is not just take this scientific information that they are trying to derive, but also communicate it in ways that will explain to the public that sometimes there aren't easy answers to hard questions, that sometimes things are in fact quite nuanced, and that there may not be clear answers to exactly how we mitigate the spread of COVID, but here are the leading answers as to what we can do and what may not be the best thing to do. And the other thing I'd like to see the administration do is communicate the fact that sometimes what we intuitively believe to be true, in fact, turns out to be false. That we may believe that, say, hydroxychloroquine is a great drug against COVID because we have some experience with it. But better studies, larger trials show, in fact, that it doesn't work. In fact, it might cause harm. I hope the administration is able to do a nice job communicating to a public that is pretty tired of the pandemic, that is emotionally frayed, that a public might be experiencing economic depression or even mental health depression as a result of being isolated for so many months.